Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, and that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge. Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake I bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at PSMSports.com.
From Leo Cedarville, we welcome you to tonight's matchup here on SummitCitySports.com. And tonight, it's a tale of two teams trying to get back on the right track as the Concordia Cadets take on the Leo Lady Lions. And a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be watching. Joe Northern, so good to have you with us. Yes, again, we mentioned two teams that are trying to get back into the right scheme of things in their 2025 campaign. As taking a look again, as you see the records, 3-6 for Concordia, 1-6 for Leo. Let's go ahead and start with the visiting side and Concordia. Again, had a key season opener against the Homestead Spartans, winning that in 3-2, and a win against Indianapolis Lutheran, sweeping that 3-0. But since then, however, it has been a little rough going for the Cadets, thanks to a classic they had over Labor Day weekend, dropping all four of their matchups against Runnicali, Yorktown, Zionsville, and Westfield. Also, too, dropping 3-2 to Heritage and 3-0 to Warsaw. But don't let that classic define how this Cadets team has really continued to really redefine themselves in 2025. Has been led by Shelby Peterson and Sydney Blackwell on the kills per set. Blackwell coming in 3.5 kills per set. Peterson, the freshman, coming in at 2.2. With Blackwell being the key attacker up front, and hitting percentage coming in at .368. Also, too, on defense, Courtney Edmonds done a great job of really riding in on the digs per set, just under 4% for Concordia as it stands right now. Kieva Turner with 34 total blocks for the Cadets in 2024. So again, really four key players you want to keep your eyes on, but yet a young team that has a lot of momentum trying to shift into their direction. Meanwhile, for the Leo Lions that come into this one at 2-6, we should say, when we updated the scoreboard, it did not account for last night's win, and that was in the case for the Leo Lions as they won over Northrop 3-1. But it was a match, however, that did go to Leo as it stands right now. So again, a Leo team that has really 7 in, 7 out, 7 in, 7 out as it stands right now. 4 seniors coming in, and a squad that Ashley Robbins believes she knows that she can find the right momentum with her Lions squad, but they'll have to take on a very good Concordia Cadet team to try to continue to push things forward. So will be an interesting matchup here tonight from Leo Lions Stadium. So we are glad to have you with us here tonight on SummitCitySports.com. And tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including Big Eyed Fish. They've been servicing the Fort Wayne area for a long, long time with multiple locations where you can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steele Tire, with 2 locations best to serve you and in the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. Tom Steele Tire off Clinton and West Jefferson. By Ottenweller Contracting. Ottenweller Contracting, from bid to build, Ottenweller Contracting has you covered. Visit them online at OttenwellerContracting.com. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. by Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier. As we will step aside, get you ready for the anthems coming up in just a moment and opening rotations. This is high school girls volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Club Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge. Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God, let her cook. All these sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Lineups introduced. The hype continuing to build, and this is again tonight. Concordia coming into this one at 3-6. Leo at 2-6 in this 2025 campaign. As a reminder, tonight's game brought to you by Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. And they're facing OWI or any other criminal accusation. Visit Jolly Law Firm for all of your defense and criminal needs. By Siaka Cleaning and Restoration, the leaders in janitorial, cleaning, and water damage services. Visit them online at siakas.com. My online degree programs at the University of St. Francis, they're designed for your flexibility and for your convenience. Visit them online at online.sf.edu. Also brought to you by the leaders of design, build, refrigeration, and mechanical at TJW Industrial. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. By the 12,000 Hoosier men and women of affiliated local union councils and affiliated local unions that help build Indiana, we are LIUNA. You can earn your edge this season thanks to ParkViewSports Medicine's Edge Training Program. You can get a free evaluation right now at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge. And brought to you by Summit City Sports. Be sure to like us on X on Facebook. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, we've got a great one here tonight between two teams trying to find the right momentum back into the swing of things. As Concordia 3-6, Leo 2-6, and a quick ace to start the game for Concordia just like that. And that's coming off the arm of number 12 and Kira Dahmer. As Dahmer again lobs it over into the net. Back into Concordia territory. It's lobbed over to Turner. Still kept live by Leo. Pass found by Bobbitt. Now they go up front. High sneak. Down and in. As Emerson Weaver answers the call quickly. And it's 2-0 advantage of Concordia. As the Cadets starting rather early in this one. Getting 2 quick immediate starts. Let's get on the board, 2-0. Another quick swing across. It goes down to Morris. Morris hopped over, still kept live, and it is. Another chance opposite side. Morris down and in. So Mia Norris answers the call rather quickly to get Leo on the board. 2-1. Just getting underway here in set number 1. But a side out in the interim, not going to matter. Make it now 3-1 advantage of the Cadets. So again, the movement's just continuing to fly up for this Concordia team. This one lobbed over other side, tipped down, connected over to Wallace. Wallace answering to get on the board rather quickly. Make it 3-2. Here's Emerson Weaver now. Weaver, quick run jump serve, gets this over. Tipped up, but a quick dunk down and in this time from Kavia Turner, who's been an attack leader for the Cadets this season as it stands thus far as they lead it 4-2. Another chance. This one brought over. Connects down to Morris. But Morris getting the generous bounce over the net and in time to make it 4-3 advantage of Concordia. But Leo again doing a great job of trying to at least pick apart the Concordia defense, especially in the up front. Which is speaking with Coach Trish Miller before the match, saying that watch the middles. It's been our biggest key point, but also at times could be our biggest pain point. Norris again. Now lobbed across. Peterson gets a hand on it. Now another chance. Swung down. Brought up again this time by Concordia. But a little collision up the middle and gets it back on the board for Concordia. 5-3 the advantage. Another chance upcoming this time for Shelby Peterson. The setter gets this over. Lobbed over and across, finds Norris. High swing, blocked at the net, and got it. Double hit gonna go against Leo. And a great block coming in for Concordia. Here's Peterson again to bring it across. Sails out of play. 6-4 the advantage for Concordia as they had a quick early start, but Leo definitely still keeping a close eye on him as it stands right now. And the fist bump not going to work this time for number 12 and Kira Dahmer. And Leo now with an opportunity to even it up at 1. The 1-point deficit, we should say. Here's Norris. Lobbed over, missed connection, and he got a quick ace on the board. This time for Mia Norris. So Norris answers back with a quick ace. And to make it 6-6 advantage of nobody, but Leo now all of a sudden on a quick 3-0 run here in set number 1. Joe Northern, Jacob Haviland, delighted to have you with us here tonight. This one swung over from Norris. How about another one? As Mia Norris answers back with 2 consecutive aces. We take a look at that again once more, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. As she gets that over in time and on the board. Net call, however, on the previous play going to go against Leo. So Concordia is still back in the advantage, but we are still even at 7-7 here in the first. As Claire Gleave now ready to bring it over. Gleave gets it over, connected to Weaver. Another chance, tip. Dug in time by Peterson. Another chance, finds Dellinger. Dellinger down and in. Bella Dellinger, the sophomore, getting kind of in that middle range, but answering the point rather quickly. And it's 8-7 advantage of Concordia. So again, the match just really continuing to go back and forth we go. Here's Gleave again. Lobbed over, connected back to Morris. Morris still down low, opposite side. They go to Dahmer. Dahmer gets it down. As Dahmer gets it to answer back rather quickly, and all of a sudden, it is Concordia trying to find a little bit of extra momentum here in set number 1, but you have the feeling in this room this could be a long match here tonight. Just how evenly matched these two teams have been all season long. Quick swing and out of play. It's off the hands of Bella Dellinger, but we'll do it again. Another chance for Leo to try to even it up. They trail 9-8 here in the first. Brought over by Ballman. Ballman now on the chase. Lobs this one over. Got it. And the great swing down from who else but Sydney Blackwell. And it's now 10-8 the advantage. Blackwell again now to bring it across. Lobs it down, received by Glebe. Great swing across coming from the hands of Chappell. Chappell again, opposite side. Gets this over. Tipped, still kept live. Back at the Concordia zone. It goes over to Dellinger. Dellinger, light tip. They got to get it across, and they do! Emerson Weaver on the attack. And the Lions cut it back again to within one. So we take a look at that again once more. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And the PA announcer signifying the Lion roar here. This time brought across from Hyde. Another chance up front for Concordia. That one down and in time for Dellinger. Dellinger has done a great job of at least trying to find the open gaps. Again, we can take a look at that again once more. As Dellinger was able to find a way to connect and get to the back row without any hesitation whatsoever. 11-9, the advantage of Concordia. It's about midway through the first. And another quick tip down and in for the freshman and Peterson. Make it 12-9, advantage of Concordia. Great shift across, just continuing to keep moving for the Cadets. Here's Dahmer, opposite side. Gets the tip off the hand. And the Cadets now up by 4. And a timeout called by Leo. So Concordia already off to a quick start. They lead at 13-9 midway through the first. Back in a moment.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, it has been Concordia currently leading the charge here in set number 1 as they lead it 13-9 in the first. Can they continue to keep the momentum going? We shall see. As a reminder, tonight's game on Summit City Sports brought to you by the following. Actually, we will wait to bring you that in just a moment. Meanwhile, again, it has been nothing but a Concordia rout. Not necessarily a rout, but they have found a way to really pick apart the Leo defense here this evening as they lead it 14-9. And a quick side out, continuing the run for number 12, Akira Dahmer. And this one goes into the net and not in time. So Dahmer into the net. And now another chance on the board. Here's the tip down inside. Got it. It's Kavia Turner answers right back to make it a 5-point game, 15-10 early on in the first. It's really been kind of an interesting matchup of trying to find momentum on one side of the ball versus another. But Concordia has done a good job of trying to extend those prolonged runs, averaging 2-3 points a rally as it stands right now. Leo now with a chance to lob it over on the opposite side. Great tip coming in from Bella Hensley on the board. As Hensley gets a great look at it. and gets Leo ever so closer. Take a look at that again, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. So it's a case of a little pinball in the back row. 15-11 advantage of Concordia. The miscue swing off the hands of number 9 and Peterson. So it was a lead of 5, is now down to a lead of 3. And Leo with an opportunity to try to push ever more so forward here in the first. Here's Weaver again. Gets it over. Quick tip down coming in from Turner. Now another chance. Lobbed on the opposite side. It goes to Dahmer. And the great connection up front to Peterson. So 12-9, thanks to Dahmer and the Peterson connection. To make it a 4-point game, 16-12. So the Cadets continuing to try to find a little bit of that extra momentum here late in the first. They've done a great job of shutting down any form of Leo momentum as it stands thus far. Great cross dig up by Dellinger. And a great attack, still kept live, but eventually on the board as Sydney Blackwell leads the charge to get the quick strike. And so Blackwell again getting it up front, but credit again to the Leo back line for attempting to keep the play alive. How about a quick ace on the board this time for Courtney Inman, the defensive specialist. So Edmond getting the quick ace, still serving. Gets it lobbed over. Now another chance. Duck up by Edmond. Gets it over to Peterson. Pivoted, still live. Goes over to Weaver. Weaver again. Goes to Blackwell. Gets it down. As Sydney Blackwell has just continued to command the front line here tonight for Concordia, as we take a look at that again, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. So you can see the back row, no one to be found, and prime real estate ready to go for the Cadets. But also back row real estate this time for Kennedy Kill. And the lead back to 6 here in the first. Joe Northern, Jay Kaplan, delighted to have you with us. Been a fun matchup here tonight. That is just continuing to get a little more fun as the evening progresses. Quick side out, going to go against Leo. And another quick chance upcoming, this time for Shelby Peterson. Peterson from the back. Gets this up. Gets the crossover. Back over to Norris. Norris again. Lob to the opposite side. Back to another chance. Off the net. Still live. Leo still trying to keep a hand on it. They go over to Mackey. Swing. Big one from Hensley. Still kept live. Dellinger tries to go for one of her own, but it goes out of play. So 20-14 the advantage here in set number 1 as Concordia up by 6, but Leo doing a great job of at least trying to tame the Cadet control here in the first set. They go back to Blackwell, blocked up front. This time off the hands of Keel again. One of the star sophomores for Ashley Robinson Company. 20-15 our score. Now another swing down to Blackwell. Gets it in. As Sydney Blackwell just continues to command the front line over and over and over again. As the Cadets lead it by 6. Leo still 1 timeout remaining. Claire Gleave gets it over. Another chance. Lob down. Great swing coming in from Hensley. But it's Blackwell yet again up front. And Sydney Blackwell again continuing to light it up here tonight. And the Cadets with a 7-point advantage. Approaching that 25-point milestone. Won't do so here. It's making now 22-16. They'll take it back to the back row again once more, this time off the hands of Marissa Bauman, the lone freshman for Coach Ashley Robinson Company on her varsity squad. This one brought over, received by Gleave. Taken down by Dellinger, but Blackwell shuts it down. That a 7-point game, 23-16 here in the first. And who else but the star junior middle hitter to try to continue to line it up once more. And an ace. As Blackwell gets the ace, and just like that, it is a game point opportunity. And the fans to our left starting to stand up just a little bit more. Blackwell gets it across. Dug up by Bauman. Another swing up front, that is in time. Went off the arm of Concordia player, looked like off number 12, and Kira Dahmer. And so Leo still very much on it. This is a team that likes to come back from deficits, as we've seen early on here in this season. Jada Hyde gets this over. Quick connection across. Turner shuts it down. As Kaviva Turner shuts down the swing, and just like that, it is a 25-17 win. We take a look at that against, once more, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. As Concordia gets the quick swing up front, and we will head to a break. As Concordia lead it at 25-17 at the conclusion of set one. There we go. Now you see it. 25-17. We go to the second in just a moment. This is high school girls volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
25-17, Concordia wins set number 1. They go to the second as they continue to try to find a little bit of extra momentum here in the match tonight. And tonight's game is brought to you by the Big Eyed Fish. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment. 4 locations best to serve you, only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steele Tire, 2 locations, 1 off North Clinton, 1 off West Jefferson. Tom Steele Tire here for your automotive needs. By Ottweiler Contracting, from bid to build. Ottweiler Contracting provides peace of mind throughout the entire process. Visit them online at OttweilerContracting.com. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm has you covered. by Siaka Cleaning and Restoration, the leaders in janitorial, water damage, and restoration. Visit them online at siakas.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis, designed for your convenience and for your flexibility. Visit them online right now at online.sf.edu. By TJW Industrial, the leaders in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. By the 12,000 Hoosier men and women that help build Indiana, thanks to affiliated local unions and local councils. We are LaYuda. By Parkview Sports Medicine and the Edge Training Program. You can earn your edge this season by getting a free evaluation right now at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge. And brought to you by the folks at Summit City Sports. Be sure to like us on X, follow us on X, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, it has been nothing but a great Leo run, or a Concordia run, we should say, to start here in set number 2. As the Cadets, again, just continuing to ride the momentum here in the seconds. Joe Northern, Jake Havland. A delivery tonight for us here in terms of cookies. So whoever brought those over for covering the game, thank you for the cookies. We appreciate it. Great crowd continuing to file in here at Leo tonight. Swing across, brought down by Dellinger. Now another chance up front. This one, a little miscue between, it looked like Gleave and Courtney Inman. And so just like that, Leo gets the advantage to start it off 1-0. And if you're looking for other games here on the network tonight, you're stuck with us here this evening, we should say. We will tell you about some of the other games tomorrow. In fact, 2 volleyball games coming up for you tomorrow night here on SCS. Once you get a chance to tell you about it in the break of the action, as Bella Dellinger gets the swing across, down, and in to make it even at 1. And a Concordia team that, again, starting the year at 3-6, but a 3-6 that is awfully interesting because, again, of going for a Labor Day Classic where you got swept out by Class 3 champions in Runnicali, Yorktown, Zionsville, Westfield, some of the toughest teams in Class 4. And that makes things a little more difficult as time goes on. So, again, something to consider if you are a Concordia fan. Something else to consider. How about back-to-back aces? This time again coming from the sophomore in Bella Dellinger. As the Cadets all of a sudden on a 3-0 run, they go back row over to Leo. Tipped up by Bauman. They got it in time, forcing the deflection off Peterson to make it 3-2. Taking a look at least of the upcoming schedule for the Cadets, as they will welcome Columbia City coming up on Thursday night. So tomorrow night, we should say. And then welcoming Class 3 runner-up in Angola, fellow sectional foe, we should say, to wrap up the next week and a half. So that one goes into the net. We are even at 3. The Leo team, too, that also has seen several seniors leave, several seniors come in. But a Leo team that has definitely some strong forces, especially on defense, as the swing goes down and in this time for Turner, currently led by number 11 in Bella Hensley, that outside header. Mia Norris, great setter for Ashley Robinson Company. Brought across again once more. And the dunk down and in, this time off the hands of Peterson. Only one of 2 freshmen, only one of 3 freshmen, we should say, on each team's respective varsity roster. Concordia with 3 in Walkup, Peterson, and Barnett. Leo, the lone freshman, in Bauman. Concordia back with a quick swing. Great block. Got it. As the quad hit gonna go against Concordia. Just like that, you've got yourselves a 5-4 affair here in the second. Another chance upcoming. Swung across from Weaver. Weaver again gets this high and over down to Peterson. Peterson getting the quick swing. Goes back to Blackwell. Blocked up front by Weaver. Now another chance. Swung down and in. As Emerson Weaver gets it on the board. As the battle of the blockers. But it ultimately results in a Concordia point. Take a look at that again once more. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. You can see no one to be denied. As Peterson shuts it down. Peterson now to bring it over. Go back to Leo. Here's Norris. Tipped down. Dug up by Dellinger. Saved by Peterson. Now another chance. Little sneak attack coming in now from Norris. Brought over from Blackwell. Gets the tip down and inside. And the lead extended to 3 for Concordia. As they lead at 7-4 here in the third. Joe Northern, Jay Kaplan, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Again, a competitive first set, 25-17, as Cadets found a way to pull away late. But it's really been on intermittent scoring runs. That's kind of been the bread and butter of what we've seen from the Cadets this season. Great block in the meantime. And the push coming in from The push coming in from Kennedy Keel, we should say. Kennedy Keel getting the kill on the board to make it 7-5. And Leo with a chance to bring it back over again. Lob down to Blackwell. Got it. Sidney Blackwell again continuing to find the commanding swings over and over and over. Take a look at that again once more. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And again, kind of that lower front court has been her sweet spot here tonight. And has continued to be as such. The Cadets lead at 8-5 here in the second. This is brought over, dug up by Norris. Tip, they got to go back row. A little bit of a misfire off the hands of Dahmer. And Leo with a chance to get back in it. Eight to 6 our score. Concordia with the advantage. What it feels a lot closer than the match has stood to be whenever you take a look at it on paper. But again, both teams really just kind of grinding out each point one way or another. Blackwell out of bounds. The swing goes wide, and just like that, Leo with an opportunity to add on a little bit of a mini rally here as they trail 8-7 and a chance to even it up at 8 a pop. And a generous bounce from the freshman in Marissa Bauman. Take a look at that again once more. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Not often that you get to see the quick aces just come to light it up and get it on the board. Just as easy as that. And the block going wide on the play you just missed. That's off the hands of number 9 in Emerson Weaver. So the lead back to Concordia as they lead it by 1, 9-8. Here's another chance for Blackwell. Gets this up and over. Brought down and in. As the senior outside hitter getting some reps up front tonight. As Emerson Weaver answers right back, even at 9. Here in set number 2. This is lobbed over, goes back to Jada Hyde. As Hyde goes to the back row. Hyde gets it up the middle. Another chance, tipped down by Turner. Loose free ball opportunity. Weaver couldn't get it to go. And Concordia now with a 1-point advantage. And it's very possible that you could see these two teams meet up in that Section 3 or that Class 3 sectional at Dwenger, which has been known to be kind of the murderer's row of at least teams in the Fort Wayne area, all within the same sectional. And it's hard to believe that we're now only 7 weeks away from that. Peterson bobbles that one. We're even again at 10. Again, not only these two teams in it, you've got Angola, you've got Bishop Dwenger, you've got a resurgent Garrett team now in the mix. East Noble also a little resurgent as well. Here's the push across. Down up front goes Weaver. Back in Concordia territory. Dellinger gets it down and in. As Bella Dellinger answers the call and gets it back on the board. And the lead back to 1 for Concordia. Nearly an ace, but saved in the meantime by Bobbitt. And another chance, got it! Make it something out of nothing. And we are even at 11. Bobbitt again. Swing goes just a little wide and out of the box. So Concordia back on top to make it 12-11 here in set number 2. The Lions again have been hanging very close. Do not let their opponents out of it in any stretch of the imagination. So we have back-to-back side outs. So 12 even is our score. Baker's dozens cross the board. And a chance again for the defensive specialist, sophomore Marlo Weaver. Weaver gets this over. Now another chance. Lopped down by Peterson. Tipped over, blocked by Blackwell. Back in the Leo territory. They go to Keel. Keel gets this over. Again, chance for Blackwell. Down up front. Keel again once more. Gets this high and blocked again. This time off the hands of Inman. Another swing. Tip. And a net violation going to go against Concordia. And Leo all of a sudden resurging back here in set number 2 as they lead at 13-12 here in the second. And they've done it off, doing a great job of picking a little bit of the miscues, but also getting their points in some of the longer rallies of what we've seen here this evening. And it goes into the net. Another chance for Leo. 14-12, and Coach Trish Miller wants to call and think it over. We'll step aside. Leo with the advantage, 14-12 here in set number 2. Back in a moment.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it. I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them. We ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost. I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this.
14-12, Leo with the advantage. Only one of 2 leads they've had here all night, and certainly not going anywhere off the ace. as Marlo Weaver gets another ace on the board to make it 15-12. Push across again. Dug up by Inman. Lobbed over in time by Leo. Now another chance. It goes down. Peterson scores. Shelby Peterson gets the swing across to make it 15-13. But again, credit to Leo for bending, but not breaking as it stands. Another chance lobbed over. It's down to Norris. Little pinball at the net does not go in the way of the Cadets. To make it 16-13, an advantage of the Lions. They'll have a chance to even this up at 1 game apiece. Should it continue? Pushed across again for Norris. Tipped down over to Blackwell. Off the hand to Gleave. Gleave again, tipped over. Saved in the interim by Concordia. Here's Dahmer. Dahmer down, can't get it. A great block up front again for Leo. So the blocks just keep on coming. And you have yourself now a 4-point game, an advantage of the Lions. Swung across from Norris. Norris again. Another block tip. That is going to still stay not in time. Dellinger was looking for the hand for it, but the big block in front, kind of a joint block coming in between Leah Chappell and Kennedy Keel. And all of a sudden, it's the Lions back in the advantage. 18-13. Dug up by Inman. Goes back to Blackwell. Out of play. And it's the Lions now riding on house momentum. They've taken down 7 in a row as they lead it as Concordia takes a timeout. Take a look again at some of these attacks once more, powered by our friends at Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. As you can see, Leo again just continuing to really do a good job of commanding the back line here tonight. And forcing deflections across the board. You see the stomps. You see that this Lion team certainly not going targets of the night anytime soon. So they lead it in the second, trying to even the match at 19-13. A look at their upcoming schedule looks a little bit like this. They're headed over to Woodland, a very important matchup, a non-league matchup, but an EACS school matchup, we should say. That'll be coming up on Tuesday night. Then they'll head over to Northside before welcoming Heritage on the 11th. That should be a fun one right back here at Leo. But a 6-point game, an advantage of the Lions here in the second. Can they continue to keep the ship moving? Here's Mackey, gets that across, forces the deflection at it in. 19-14 here in the second. As Concordia right now with their largest deficit of the night thus far. Here's Claire Gleave. Gleave. Up and over. It's this brought down to connect over with Keel. They get back to Dellinger. Dellinger, it is in. Finds the graze of the line just a little bit more. And the lead trimmed down to 4. 19-15 here in the second. Lions trying to even this up in 1 game apiece. Concordia trying to storm back to try to go up 2-0. Gleave. Out of play. 20-15, the Lions again with a big mid-set surge in the second, have now certainly found a way to get back in this matchup. This time another opportunity coming in for Bauman. Bauman across. Go back to Blackwell. Connecting again, finding Weaver. Floats out of play. Oh my goodness, is Bauman, or is Dellinger, I beg your pardon, going into the stands. But quickly up and back at it. To make it 21-15, an advantage of Leo. And the Lions now certainly battling back to try to provide a big bite to even this up at 1 apiece. Bauman with an ace. As Marissa Bauman answers with an ace on the board. And Leo continuing to add on their largest lead of the night, 22-15 here in the second. Nearly had number 2 right there. Dellinger now with the chance to get it down and in, and she does. As Bella Dellinger answers right back with an ace on the board to make it 22-16, an advantage of Leo. Cadets still trying to battle back in here to go up 2-0. Blackwell into the net. And the Lions feeling ever so closer to at least getting that set win. And again, a Lion team that did win last night against Northrop in straight sets, or 3-1, we should say, not in straight sets. But had not won a matchup before last night until taking on Bishop Lurs, a classic early on this season. But when you look at regular season losses, however, 3-2 to Warsaw, 3-1 to Homestead, 3-0 to Dwenger, but 3-1 winners over Northrop. So it's a Leo team that'll always hang in there for the most part. It'll make you work for your victories. Great swing down. This one lobbed over in time by Dellinger. They go again. Dellinger again on the dig. Another chance brought down. Peterson had a chance to get it in time. That one's a misconnection all the way. And on the board for Bella Hensley. And just like that, you've got yourselves a set point here in set number 2. 24-17. And an opportunity for the Lions to even it up. But they won't do it that way. As Hensley lobs it into the net. We play on. And a chance for who's currently been the attack leader tonight in Bella Dellinger. Chance to lead it across. Received by Weaver. Now another chance. Blocked up front by Turner. Kavaya Turner answering on the block. And the Cadets rattle off 2 in a row rather quickly. Can they keep the rally alive? Here's Dellinger. Out! And that is how the second comes to a close. So just like that, it is all in the hands of, well, now an even match as it stands. Best 2 out of 3, we go. 25-17, 19-25 is where we stand as we go to the third. Back in a moment. This is high school girls volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cup Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, and that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game is so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing.
We are even at one game apiece here in set number 3. As you see the scores, again, Concordia 25-17 in the first, but Leo with a great mid-set surge in set number 2. Finding a way to shut it down in the second to make it even at one game apiece. Joe Northern, Jay Kaplan, delighted to have you with us here tonight. Again, doubleheader of volleyball for you coming up tomorrow night, as we'll have 2 games for you on the network, Snyder and Belmont. Jake and I will be down there tomorrow night. We'll also have Northside and Northrop for you here on the network. That'll be starting at 6:30 p.m. Both games approximately 6:30 p.m. right here on Summit City Sports. Great swing down and in time, this time for Emerson Weaver. And Weaver with a quick answer back to start Leo off strong here in set number 3. And so just like that, the Lions, a little resurgent here in the third, but Concordia certainly not trying to battle back down anytime soon. Lobbed over in time to Dellinger. And out of play it goes. So back-to-back side outs we go. And 2-0 the advantage. As Leo answering quickly on the side outs to get up 2-0. As Hensley answers back to make it 3. As Bella Hensley, credit to number 11 again, just finding a way to get the aces on the board. I'll quickly show you this one, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Is able to get it off the deflection and in time. So 3-0 is our advantage here in the third. And the Lions, how about back-to-back? Do it again off the hands of Hensley. And just like that, you've got yourself a 4-0 affair here in the third. Again, thanks to Bella Hensley now rattling off 2 aces in a row. Chance to potentially make it 3. Hensley It is 3. As Hensley just wraps it up. 1, 2, 3. And a 5-0 lead. Make Concordia take a second to think it over. Let's take a look at that last ace again one more time. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. As Hensley again has done a great job of finding a way to connect with the back row just a little bit more here this evening. And has certainly made the match rather interesting for the Lions as they lead it now 5-0. Well, we know Friday night's a great night for football here on Summit City Sports, and we'll take you 7 ways coming up on Friday night, as our matchups will be led by Northside and Northrop, the only 2-0 teams in the SAC, to get the action going at 7 p.m. We'll also have Bishop Dwenger taking on Wayne. We'll also have Snyder and Bishop Lures, Carroll at Concordia, DeKalb at New Haven, Homestead at Southside, and Huntington North taking on East Noble. So again, 7 games. We'll have the links up for you late tomorrow night, as soon as our soccer and volleyball coverage concludes here on SummitCitySports.com. That's 7 games for you across the board. Meanwhile, on the college side, big weekend here in Fort Wayne for the Liz Lakowski tournament over at Indiana Tech. Myself, Aaron Farley, will have the privilege to bring those games to you on the Indiana Tech YouTube channel, and we have a player down, as that is number 12 in Kira Dahmer. Should take a little bit of a fall into the ear. Could be a minor concussion, and we will step aside. Back in a moment.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade.
And we're back. So again, Kira Dahmer headed off the court for just a moment. Took a little bit of a nasty fall. You can only hope she's going to be just all right. Taking it right down on the ear, too, which, again, kind of mess things up over time. But 5-0 the advantage, her score. And they'll bring in Emerson Morris now for the Cadets. So Morris coming in, the sophomore setter. The Concordia team that really does a good job of specializing in setters under Coach Trish Miller and company. As the Cadets again have some work to do here in set number 3 rather. But lead it 5, but trailed 5-0. So Leah with the house advantage. Bella Hensley now has been on a hot streak, 3 aces in a row. As we get the go-ahead signal from our officials. So we'll bring it across and we're underway. Here's Hensley, into the net that goes. But not before 5 in a row to get things started for the Lions here in the 3rd. And again, the pivotal opportunity to try to go up 2-1. And that one sails out the other way. So Leo now riding on the advantage thanks to the quick aces from number 11 and Bella Hensley, who has certainly been the dominant attacker here tonight for Leo. Here's Weaver. That sails out of play. So back-to-back side outs and we play on. 6-2 the advantage of Leo. Joe Northern, Jay Cavlin, so great to have you with us here tonight. Another chance brought across, tipped down, and out of play. Off the hands this time of Mia Norris. Could not get it to go. And Concordia now on a quick 3-1 run here in the third. Trying to get things back in motion. As Courtney Enman now brings it over and into the net. And the sophomore setter was looking for the advantage, but could not get it to go. Make it now 7-3. And Leo with an opportunity. Here's Marlo Weaver now to bring it across. Weaver. Lopped over. Gets it down to Morris. Morris, great tip across. They're going to set it up again this time for Peterson. Peterson off the deflection and in. Got it off the hands of the Lion defenders. And a combination of defenders, but you could see that Emerson Weaver was still trying to chase after it as they lead it. As they lead it 7-4, but Concordia certainly on the momentum swing right now. Here's Peterson across. Gets this one lobbed down into the net. And it's 5-7 advantage of Leo. And all of a sudden, Concordia down by as many as 5 has made up that deficit. Now only trailed by 2. Peterson again. Gets it over. Brought across now, goes to Hensley. Batted back now from Kiel. They go up front to try to connect with Mackey. That is out of play. So Mackey hits that out of the box and on the board for Leo to try to get another little rally going, just like they started this one here in the third. So they lead it 8-5. Generous graze, but still live into the net. Another generous graze off the hands of Blackwell. Blackwell again goes for the block. Brought up by Inman. Lopped over in the meantime from Morris. It's it down to Hensley. Great dig down and save. The connector and Inman blocked again, this time from Leah Chappell. And Chappell answers it right back on the board. And it's 9-5. Leo certainly working hard to get this set winning. Blackwell, dug up by Weaver. Goes over to Hensley. Back row they go. Fight up front. Got it down and in again. Bella Hensley on the answer. And it's 10-5 advantage of Leo. And the Lions now certainly trying to at least rally well here in set number 3. They've done a great job of really commanding the tempo for the most part as it stands right now. Blackwell lops that out of play. 11-5 the advantage, and the Lions certainly roaring quite well here in set number 3, but they certainly don't want to try to give up any momentum anytime soon. So here's Mia Norris. Norris up and over. Another chance. Connecting now over to Mackey. Mackey again. Norris opposite side. Brought down and in. As Emerson Weaver answers the call to get the quick swing on the board. As Weaver gets it down and in. Take a look at that again once more. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And a timeout for Concordia. So just like that, Leo has certainly found a little bit of extra swagger here in this third set. And they lead it 12-5, matches even at 1 game apiece. But the Lions certainly in pole position as it stands right now. Also want to remind you, tomorrow night here on Summit City Sports, 4 games, 4 ways for you. So we'll have 2 volleyball games on the slate for you, as it will be Snyder and Belmont. Jake and I will be down there for you, joining you on tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. from the TP. Northside and Northrop at FWCS matchup, also starting about the same time. 7 o'clock, we'll have Northrop and Leo. Should be a great boys soccer match for you. right just a couple 100 yards away from where we're sitting right now. And then Bishop Dwenger and Northrop on the girls' side for girls soccer. Tim Atkinson will join you for that one at roughly 7:30 tomorrow night. So a busy Thursday night ahead, busy weekend ahead of sports, the high school and the collegiate level here in the 260. We're proud to bring it to you here on Summit City Sports. Here's Norris. Gets it back over to Mackey. Mackey again. Gets it lobbed over opposite side. Connecting up front. Back over to Keel. Keel again. Lurking over to Dellinger. Dellinger answers it right back. Dellinger answers it right back to make it 12-6. But Concordia still going to have a little bit of work to do here as they trail by 6. Another chance. Lobs over. They go back to Morris. Tipped. Still kept live. Blackwell on a great return. Now another chance. Tipped down. Saved in the meantime by Cleve. Now Leo again on the return. Weaver blocked again. This time from Emerson Morris. As Morris answers the block on the rally. Take a look at that again one more time. Has blockers all over the front line, continuing to make some noise. But it's Concordia that wins the battle on that one to make it 12-7. So you can see a little bit of a discussion going on right now. But no point, they say play on. 12-7 our score, an advantage of Leo. But again, it's those little rallies that try to change things. And again, you can see a little bit of the conversation going on with the up official with Emerson Weaver. Again, trying to roll to see if maybe there may have been a miscollision, a lift. Maybe even a quad. Again, just a quick series of events. So Weaver, despite the objections on the points, does not necessarily work. But it will be Concordia with the opportunity. They trail by 5 here in the third. Cleve gets it over. Received by Weaver. Tipped over to Morris. She goes back row. Now another chance to Blackwell. Gets it down and in. And Concordia all of a sudden on a 3-0 run here in the third. And the Cadets certainly trying to keep the momentum alive here at the Lions Den to try to get back up 2-1. It's Leo with the advantage as it stands right now. But into the net it goes against Chapel. And Concordia now all of a sudden on a 4-0 run, trailing by as many as 7. Now make it a 4-point game. Cleve again now to get it across. And to the net it goes. 13-9 the advantage. And the rally is certainly on for both of these teams here tonight. But it's been a good one for at least Leo here in the third. So they started off 5-0, but Concordia has since rallied all the way back. They trail by 4. Blackwell locked up front. Got it. Lee Chappelle answers the block and makes it 14-9. So we'll see the freshman in Marissa Bauman ready to bring it over. Here's Bauman. Bauman, right to left, gets it over to Cleve. Cleve again, connects over to Dellinger. Dellinger, double collision up front, still kept live. Now another chance, into the net, blocked and over. Not enough aerial swing for Weaver, and the lead back down to 4. 14-10 here in the third, and what has certainly been one of the more exciting sets we've seen here this season. And another block down and in. This time from Kavea Turner. As Turner gets the quick swing across to make it a 3-point game. And does Concordia now have the house money riding on their side? Here's Sydney Blackwell now to bring it over. Blackwell lobs it across, connects over to Weaver. Weaver again on the attack. Back in the Concordia zone, tipped by Turner. Brought up by Chappell. Heads it back, locked up, Turner. Near lift, they say play on. Chance upcoming, tipped in out of play. Turner had a hand on it, and Leo stops the run for a moment to make it again a 4-point game, 15-11. And you can certainly feel that this is a battle going on right now here at Leo. Brought over by Jada Hyde. Dellinger gets it down. Saved in the meantime from Weaver. Now another chance. Brought back by Edmond. Lopped down in time. Morris tries to keep it over, and she does. Minor collision. Tipped down. Now they go back in the opposite direction. Dellinger hits it over. It is out of play. The swing goes wide off number 14, and it is 16-11. The Lions now catch a quick break on that swing to make it a 5-point affair, 16-11. Concordia already out of timeouts. Turner gets this down and in. Finds the front line to cut it down to 4, 16-12. Keep in mind, this is only set number 3, but he had the feeling in the room that this certainly has the possibility and the likings of maybe going the distance here tonight. Here's Morris now. Gets it over. Lopped up in the interim. Down to Hensley. It is out of play. So a side out going to go against Leo to make it 16-13. And the Cadets have bent but not broken here tonight in what has been a really back and forth affair for both of these teams. Here's the push from Keel. Gets this one tipped in time for Morris. But Morris is going to get ruled on the pad. Not going to get the point. And Leo will stop to think it over. 16-14, strap in. We've got a fun one here in the third.
Thanks for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
16-14 the advantage. Concordia trying to fight all the way back, but Leo has done a great job of at least finding a way to shut down any form of momentum when things get a little bit closer. As you see the big swing and block of it in from Rihanna Wallace on the attack to get the lead back up to 3. 17-14 the advantage. Another chance upcoming this time for Bella Hensley. Hensley dug up by Inman. Chance for Dellinger. Dellinger across, tipped down. Gets this lobbed over. High swing off to Weaver. Still kept live in Concordia territory. Dellinger across and in. She finds the swing off the tip to make it 17-15. And Concordia once again back within striking distance. As they trail by 2. They have not had a lead at all here in set number 3. Dellinger across. Gets it back to Norris. Norris again. Blocked up and in! As it's the freshman, Shelby Peterson answering the call. And Concordia, all of a sudden, now 1 point away. They've been down by as many as 5 here in the third. Do they have a chance to even it up here? Dellinger. Tip down to Norris. Saved by Morris, but not going to get it. It was off the hands of Edmond. And so Leo again with the insurance point to make it 18-16 here in the third. Brought across again to Weaver. Another chance. Tips over to Turner. It looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication on the front line. And so Leo back within 3. Back up by 3. And Concordia still has a little bit of work left to do. No timeouts remaining in this set for Trish Miller and company. Ashley Robbins and Leo still only have 1. Peterson gets it down. As Peterson drops it down and in to make it 19-17, an advantage of Leo, but the Cadets still surging back. And can Courtney Edmond get it over? She cannot. As the in-net violations have certainly found a way to haunt the Cadets here this evening. Nonetheless, we play on. 20-17, Leo with the advantage. The Lions have what it takes to shut it down and try to finish this in 4, get their first home win in 2025. Gets it back to Norris. Swung down in time. Kennedy Keel on the attack. As Keel gets that one down and in. And a 4-point game, an advantage for Leo. And a chance to go up 2-1. Here's the push now from Weaver. Right to left. Tuck up by Dellinger. They go back to Peterson. Goes all the way to the back row to Hensley. Hensley lobs it over in time. Gets it back over to Morris. They got to go across to Morris, and they do. Sneak lifted in! As Norris gets it across. On the sneak lift to make it a 5-point game. Take a look at that again once more, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Weaver now to bring it over. Gets this one tipped over to Blackwell. Down over to Hensley. Hensley again. Down to Keel. Off the tip and in. Kennedy Keel has certainly made noise late here in the third. And a chance for Leo to go up 2-1. Weaver now. And an ace! And just like that, the Lions have an opportunity to go up 2-0. Should Weaver maybe get another ace or another quick block up front? Back in Concordia territory. Swung across over to Peterson. Taps this down, finds Norris. Norris tipped down, still kept live. Great tip by Blackwell. Now another chance, blocked by Blackwell. On the board and in. (24-18). And now Concordia, they were in this spot in the second. They got 3 off. Could they possibly get 6? Keel again on the return. They go back to Mackey. Not enough! And that is how the third will come to a close. And Leo on the late resurgent second and third sets have certainly not looked back here at the home of the Lions. As they win the third set 25-18, they lead the match 2-0. We'll be back in a moment. This is Indiana High School Girls Volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thanks for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, the Lions on a quick resurgent third set, second and third sets as they lead it 2-1, 17-25, 25-19, 25-18. And as you can see right now, 2 really different momentums when it comes to benches. Let's take a look at Leo right now, kind of calm, cool, collected as it stands. But meanwhile, Concordia, you can see that it is about to be desperation time here at Leo. The question is, can they battle back and try to force it here into a 5th? We'll find out as tonight's game, again on Summit City Sports. Great one for you here tonight. Only game on the air we have for you on the network tonight. We'll have 4 games for you coming up tomorrow. So we'll be at Snyder and Belmont for girls volleyball, about a 6:30 start time. Northside and Northrop also in action for volleyball. A crosstown FWCS SAC matchup, we should say. Northrop and Leo in boys soccer, that'll be a fun one. Just about 100 yards maybe our way. About 500 yards, not entirely sure, but right back here on the campus of Leo. And then Dwenger taking on Northrop in girls soccer as Tim Atkinson will be out there for that one. So, again, a busy Thursday night here in the 260. We're glad you're joining us here on SummitCitySports.com. But tonight, it's really been an intriguing matchup between these two teams that have really seemed to go back and forth as we go here tonight. But Leo starting on a quick 5-0 run to start set number 4. They're starting set number 3. It really didn't look back ever since. Concordia did cut it down to 2, but it did have a strong resurgent set from Leo. And a combination of really great attackers up front, led by Bella Hensley, Leah Chappell, and Kennedy Keel. All 3 very much in contention of being your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. Should Leo find a way to pull this one out, it would improve their record to 3-6 this season, while Concordia would drop to 3-7. So again, Concordia, one of the youngest teams in the region as it stands. Only 2 seniors on the squad, and number 12, Kira Dahmer, and number 22, in Savannah Mackey. So again, a very young Concordia team, and you can see a little bit of frustration coming in between the two as it stands here tonight. But nonetheless, it is a strong possibility that you could see these two teams face off against each other when it comes to October, because they will be in that same sectional against Other key teams here in the region, Angola comes to mind. Bishop Dwenger comes to mind. Garrett, a resurgent Garrett team comes to mind. East Noble, also a little resurgent too, coming to mind. And Leo and Concordia certainly want to be in that contention. It's a strong possibility that they will. As we head over to Class 4 tomorrow night with Snyder and Belmont. But Class 3 has certainly been one of the intriguing competitions in the 2-6-0. So Leo a chance to bring it over, and a quick ace this time. Back off the hands of who else but number 11 and Bella Hensley. So Hensley getting the quick ace to make it 1-0. And the Lions already off to a quick start. As they're trying to reset the scoreboard in the arena. If you're watching us right here, we've got it taken care of for you. Chance swung across down to Peterson. Peterson again, lurking over, connecting back, finds Weaver. Weaver again, opposite side, down to Turner. Gets the open gap and in. As Turner gets that down and inside on the board for Concordia. We are even at 1. Push across now from Tellinger. Swung across from Hensley. High ball opportunity. Goes back over to Mackey. Into the net it goes, and back on the board for Leo. It's the Lions, who never trailed at all in set number 3, continuing that momentum going since really midway through set number 2, mind you. Can they find the way to get that inner game sweep? Tipped by Turner. Still kept live. Oh my goodness. What a save from Weaver. Tipped up the other way. Now brought over in time for Wallace. Misconnection, tipped down, over, got it! A great save off the floor and on the board for Marlo Weaver. And it's 3-1 advantage of Leo. Weaver now across. Weaver connecting, tipped over to Turner. That is out of play. 4-1 the advantage. As Leo now continuing to ride the momentum here in this 4th set. And forcing Concordia to make some of those quick swings wide and out of play. Weaver again, they got to go back road to Dellinger, and they do. Saved by Weaver. Now another chance, over to Hensley, that goes wide. Make it 4-2. So 4-2 the situation as it stands at the moment. But it has been nothing but a Leo domination early on here in the 4th, but can they find a way to get a little, can Concordia find a way to force a 5th? Deflection off the hands of Bauman, and we play on. 4-3 the advantage here in set number 4. Joe Northern, Jay Kaplan, delighted to have you with us here tonight. Inman goes out of play. And brought back again is Marlo Weaver. A sophomore sensation who's certainly made a lot of noise here tonight in this match. Weaver gets this one out of the box. So again, teams just continuing to kind of trade points back and forth we go. And an opportunity now for Concordia to try to even it up here. Here's the swing now from Peterson. Peterson across, gets this one over, connecting down over to Keel. Keel again, on the shift, down to Blackwell, forces it off the hand and on the board. As Sydney Blackwell answering right back. And we are even at 5. Here at Leo. 5-5 the advantage. Skated across now to Peterson. Peterson tipped over. Back over to Blackwell. And in. And Concordia all of a sudden now on a quick surgent run of their own here in set number 4. As they've rattled off 4 in a row to make it 6-5. Here's Peterson out of play. So that'll stop the rally for the moment, but nonetheless, Concordia quickly tallying up those points to make it even at 6-6. And having their first lead of the match since midway through set number 2. Here's Norris. Great swing to the opposite side. Tipped up by Blackwell. Got it. They couldn't find the hand on it, but Blackwell again forcing it down and in. And it's 7-6 advantage of Concordia. And they find a way to force a 5th here in the Lions' Den tonight. And they were down 2-1 earlier this season in one of our first matches of the year with Homestead. And they find a way to do it again. Here's Glebe. Tipped over. Brought back over from Weaver. Now it's Dellinger to the back row, but on the board. Dellinger answers it. And it's now 8-6 advantage of Concordia. And the Cadets now finding that surge of momentum they need. As they found the open gaps and again trying to wear down Leo. Pushed across from Glebe. Chance upcoming. Swung down from Hensley. Miscue off the hands of Blackwell. They go to Dellinger. Dug up by Weaver. Now again to Hensley. Lobs it over. Free ball opportunity. Block tipped it in. As Leah Chappell gets the ka-ching sound from our public address announcer. And just like that, Leo shutting down the run to make it 8-7. And a great block up front, as you see, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. There's the other push on the opposite side. Got it! As the freshman now with a quick ace, and Marissa Ballman answering it to make it 8-8 advantage of, well, really nobody, but nonetheless, Leo bending but not breaking. Ballman again. Lobbed up to Blackwell. Blackwell hits it over to Dellinger. That is back of the line and on the board. Well, Dellinger also a potential nominee for your Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game. Should Concordia pull it out? They lead at 9-8, getting ever so closer to trying to force a 5th. This one hit over opposite side. Crossed over. That is out of the box. Chappell just got it over the bottom left corner. And just like that, 10-8. Concordia now all of a sudden just needs 25. Leo only 17. Off the hands of Blackwell. And back on the board for Leo. And as you can certainly feel the tension of this match continuing to build up here at Leo tonight. As they trail by 1. For a chance to try to win it in 4. Concordia wants to go the distance if they can. Swung down by Turner, still kept live. Another chance. Lobbed over in the back by Weaver. Weaver on the surge. Gets this over, connects to Dellinger, answers it back. And Concordia now stealing the momentum here at Leo tonight. And it's 11-9, the advantage. Goes back to Weaver. She says mine. Gets back to connect with Weaver. Her sister Emerson. Dellinger down, up, and over. Hit up by Hensley. Out of the box and on the board. And Concordia now resurgent and back into the match. And timeout called by Ashley Robinson Company. 12-9, Concordia trying to force a fifth. They're just halfway there. Back in a moment.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
12-9, the advantage between Concordia and Leo. Leo leads the match 2-1, but Concordia certainly getting ever so closer to trying to force a fifth here in what has been a fun back and forth affair here tonight. Here's Dellinger, gets a lob over. Now back to Norris, blocked again by Turner, still kept live by the Lions. Another block again by Turner. Now another chance, over to Weaver. Tipped up over to Mackey. Now they go back to Peterson! The freshman gets the swing on the board. And Concordia now trying to steal the momentum, leading it by 4. Morris again. Generous bounce over, still kept live. They go back to Norris. Collision up front, dunk down and in. Bella Dellinger gets it up and over. And the Cadets back up by 5. It's their largest lead since midway through set number 2. And it feels ever so much that you think this is probably going to go the distance here tonight. Cross up over, tipped down over to Weaver. Weaver again, tipped over, Turner couldn't get it, and Leo gets the point. 14-10, Concordia with the advantage. But the Lions now have an opportunity to try to take it back their way, and who else but Bella Hensley to try to lob it over. Hensley all the way to the back over to Gleave. Chance upcoming, into the net it goes. Dellinger could not get the angle on it. And the lead back down to 3, 14-13. And Concordia will take a timeout to think things over. We'll step aside as well. 14-11, Concordia with the lead. Will the hook bring them back? We'll see you back in a moment.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake got bad, oh God. Let her cook, all this sauce.
Hensley again to bring it across out of the break. Goes down to Turner, gets it up front. As Gavia Turner answering to get the point back on the board. And just like that, Concordia back up by 4. The Cadets have what it takes to try to force a 5th. They're 10 away from doing so. Dug up by Dellinger. Hits this over. Another chance. Tipped down on the opposite side. A little miscue up front, and we play on. Leo's just 13 away from getting an all-important victory to go 2-0 in the month of September. Concordia just needs 25 more points, but we'll need the extra set to do it. Turner out of play. Both teams down to 1 timeout remaining here in the 4th, but it has certainly been a back-and-forth affair here in this 4th set. And it comes back right into the hands of Emerson Weaver. Weaver lobs it over. Emerson Weaver, that is. Dug up by Inman on the reception. And down and in once more for Turner. And the bonus insurance point back on the board for Concordia. 16-13 here in the 4th. As the Cadets, again, just doing a great job of continuing to push forward. Brought down opposite side. Blocked again by Peterson. As Peterson gets the block. And the lead back up to 4 for Concordia. A very strong possibility that Concordia will not go quietly into the night. But a great side-out swing on the board this time for number 6 in Rihanna Wallace. And the lead down to 3, 14-17. Can Leo keep it alive? Or will Concordia try to take things to the limit? Marlo Weaver now. All the way back to Mackey. Mackey again. They go Turner up top. Block tip. Got it. Who else but Sydney Blackwell for the big block up front. And the lead back down up to 4. 18-14 here in the 4th. With another big push across coming in from Peterson. Peterson again, opposite side. Brought down, goes over to Keel. Keel again. They go over to Mackey. Mackey tip down, got it! The big swing across, getting it back on the board. And just like that, you've got a 19-14 game and an opportunity for Concordia to try to stretch it to a 5th. Peterson. Dug up, out of play. Lead back up to 6, and it feels like that's been really a common trend that we've noticed here tonight. It's been some mid to late set changes that have been really instrumental in what gets teams wins or losses here on the board here tonight. That goes into the net for Peterson and back to the Leo advantage. But again, for Leo to get the win in set number 4, or set number 3 rather, they started out early on a 5-0 run. Really didn't look back there, but it was a mid-second set surge that got them where they needed to be. Concordia has very much had a mid-4th set surge to put them in the driver's seat. Great sail across and on the board. 21-15. And the run certainly still continuing for Concordia as they're getting ever so closer to try to force this back to a 5th. Push across now from Weaver. Weaver gets this down. Weaver again. Lobbed over. That is over the top. Still kept live by Inman. Going all the way back to the 409 area code. Now another push gets this across. Gets this down to Morris. Tipped high. Dellinger tipped. Got it! Who else but Bella Dillinger to answer the point? And it was also a great save in from the sophomore center, and Courtney Enman going all the way to the back. And a push across again now for Claire Cleve. Cleve gets this over into the net. And Leo now only within 2. Or Concordia, I beg your pardon, now only within 2. To try to force this to a 5th. So that's taken back up now to Morris. Cleve now with an opportunity. Cleve. Tipped up to Weaver. Chance of coming. Brought across. Got it in the back of the box. This time it's off the hands of Kennedy Keel. Gets it on the board. And Leo still very much alive. 23-16. Concordia with the advantage, but Leo certainly on the resurgent train to get back in this. Rod across from Bobbitt. Bobbitt hits this high. Blackwell goes to the back row, still kept live. And out of play off the hands of Weaver. And you've got yourselves a set point right here. And who else but number 18 to try to force us to a 5th. Turner tipped. Back row to Peterson. Doesn't matter. The hand lift is on the board, and we are going the distance here at Leo tonight. And as you see it, 25-17, 19-25, 18-25, 25-16. And if you do the math, eventually this somehow evens out. The question is, who gets the win? Back in a moment.
Thanks for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we head to set number 5 on the night for this all-important matchup. And for Concordia, believe it or not, this is their third 5-game match as it stands in 2025. We were with you for the win against Homestead at the Cage, where they won it in 5 off a late ace and in 15-13 dramatic fashion. But losing to Heritage in 5, 3-2, back on the 28th at Concordia. So again, Concordia right now 1-1 in 5-game matches here in 2025. Leo, however, on the other hand, this is only their second 5-game match. They opened the season with a 5-gamer at Warsaw, but dropped that one 3-2. So again, it's really just going to come down to a battle of grit between both of these two teams to see who is going to take home that all-important 5th set and get an all-important victory to really just try to, get the season back on track for both squads. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule, Leo will not be back in action until next week, as they will head over to Woodland and Northside on the 9th and 10th before welcoming the Patriots on the 11th. It's our hope that we will be with you right here on the 11th for that Leo and Heritage game. Should be a great matchup between these two teams. And then for Concordia Lutheran, they will be back in action tomorrow night against Columbia City at the Cage and welcoming Angola on the 10th for headed to DeKalb on the 11th. So just a little bit of a peek on some of the upcoming matches for both of these two teams, but all that matters right now is getting the all-important set to call it a night. And in case you're just joining us, it was a dominant Concordia first set that we thought was going to set the tone for Concordia to try to sweep the leg here tonight. But Leo, again, credit to the Lions and Company for battling back and getting an all-important second set surge. Completely dominated the third, but Concordia, thanks to an explosive fourth set and an all-important conversation between Coach Trish Miller and her team midway through the third and the fourth, has now stood us where we stand right now here in set number 5. So should be fun to see how this one will come to a close here tonight at Leo. Concordia again to bring it over. Fans getting loud on both sides of the court. Brought over now to Morris. Morris again gets the tip. Norris gets it up, off the top, saved by Norris. Tipped over by Turner. Now another chance up front. Down over to Hensley. Hensley lift, trip, on the board for Leo. So Concordia going to get that net call against them. And Leo strikes first here in the 5th. 1-0 the advantage of the Lions. Hensley across. Gets this tip down. Connects back over to Peterson. Peterson again. Lobs back. Now finding Weaver. Weaver again. Opposite side. Hit down. Goes back to connect over with Wallace. Wallace again. Down in front for Turner and Peterson on the attack. And we are even at 1. You have the feeling this is going to be back and forth we go. And not to mention, of the 3 Concordia 5-game matches, this is the second that we have brought you here on the network. Tip down coming over from Wallace. Turner again, opposite side. Mia Norris couldn't get it over. And Concordia answering back to make it 2-1. And will the Cadet comeback be complete? Or will it be a win and celebration tonight for Leo? Push over to Dellinger. They got to go deep in the back row, and they do from Bauman. Tip up from Turner. Couldn't get a hand on it. And we're even at 2. 2-2 apiece here in the 5th. And you could feel like you could cut the tension in this room with a knife so far here tonight. Here's Weaver now with an opportunity. Emerson Weaver. Lob back over to Bauman. Back to Turner. Missed collision. Got it! Hensley was trying to get a hand on it, but could not get it to go. And it's 3-2 advantage of Concordia. Into the Cadets have a little bit of extra energy in them. Inman gets it over and in. An ace from the Inmans on the board. And it's now 4-2 advantage of Concordia. Edmond again with an opportunity. Gets it up and over. Now another chance, blocked by Peterson. Quickly lobbed over by Weaver. Blackwell gets the tip and in. As Sydney Blackwell gets the tip down and in. Timeout, Leo. She was able to get the deflection off the hands of number 3 and Marlo Weaver. And all of a sudden, Concordia now within striking distance, 10 away from wrapping this one up here tonight as they lead it 5-2. Correction on the timeout. Let's address that real quick. As Concordia still with 2, Leo only with 1. It's Coach Ashley Robbins and company talking things over. Well, don't forget, again, Friday night's a great night for football here on Summit City Sports. 7 games for you here on the network. It'll be led off by Northside and Northrop, the only 2 teams that are 2-0 in the SAC. That'll be slated for a 7 p.m. start time. Other games in action, Snyder at Bishop Luers. Bishop Dwenger will be down at Wayne. Carroll at Concordia will be another matchup to keep an eye on. We'll also have Huntington North at East Noble to open up NE8 action. To Calvin New Haven, one of the other NE8 matchups. And Homestead and Southside in the SAC. So again, Friday Night Football Week 3. Again, check your links coming up on the YouTube channel on Friday. Blackwell again gets the tip over. Chance up coming now to Hensley. Hensley tipped over. Blackwell couldn't get her arm on it. And Leo answers back to make it 5-3. Well, it's been a tale of really each set being a different set. And if this was in the old 3-game set configuration, Leo would have won the match early on. But Concordia has found a way to battle back quick. As the swing goes wide and a chance for Leo again once more. As they now only trail by 1, 5-4. Here's the push from Weaver. Down up to Enman. Saved by Blackwell. Again across. Keel. Blackwell! Got it! Sydney Blackwell again commanding the front line all on her own. Has Concordia with the insurance point. And 9 away. Speaking of number 9, here she is in Shelby Peterson, the freshman. Tipped over by Norris. Now back into Concordia territory. They go to Blackwell. Middle back to Weaver. High over to Hensley. Down to the middle. As Hensley gets it up the middle and on the board. And the lead back down to 1. 6-5 advantage of Concordia. But Leo within striking distance. Norris into the net. 7-5 Concordia now. And the Cadets trying to push away and try to escape to get an all-important victory to improve to 4-6. Sails out of the box. Seven to 6 our score. And a chance for the freshman to tie it. Marissa Bauman. There's Bauman now with an opportunity. Bauman. Run, jump into the net. And a quick net serving error to get Concordia over the halfway mark. And now it's up to number 18, it's Sydney Blackwell. Blackwell across. Tipped and an ace! As Sydney Blackwell has continued to dominate on all corners of the court tonight, but only getting ace number 1 on the evening as we take a look at that again, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. 3-point lead for the Cadets. Blackwell again. Back over to Weaver. Tipped up, got it. Forcing the deflection off Turner is number 11 in Hensley. And it's 9-7. And Leo certainly not going out without a fight. Concordia certainly not going out without a fight either. Swing across now to Hyde. Hyde again. Brought over, down and on the board. It's Bella Dellinger again. As Dellinger gets the swing across to make it a 3-point game with 5 to play. With Emerson Morris now to bring it over. Here's Morris. Gets it. Chance upcoming. Swung on, down and in for Hensley. A great attack from right up the middle. And Hensley cuts it down to within 2. And a chance to try to cut it even further. And try to steal a win here tonight. She's off to serve. Hensley gets it over now to Edmond. Edmond again. They go to Dellinger. Dellinger across. Brought down low. Another chance goes over to Hensley. Talk again by Edmond. They go up front for Turner on the tip. Back outside to Weaver. Weaver again. Connecting back over with Wallace. Wallace again. Lob over to Cleve. Now a free ball chance upcoming for Leo. Here's the swing. Block tip by Peterson. Another chance. Miscue off the top. Off the hands of Emerson Weaver. And it's 11-8 advantage of Concordia. And a timeout called by Leo. And what was a near great tip opportunity, just could not get high enough for number 9 and Emerson Weaver, who is certainly giving her all here tonight. Both of these teams certainly giving it their all here tonight in this matchup. Reminder, tomorrow night, 2 volleyball matches for you here on Summit City Sports. We'll be down at Belmont as the Snyder Panthers take on the Belmont Braves. And a crosstown FWCS matchup for you here on the network, as it will be Northrop taking on Northside. Well, for this one so far, it has been just certainly back and forth we go. But the Lions again gotten ever so closer here in this one, but certainly have some work left to do. Concordia, however, down 2-1, an opportunity to try to steal this in 4 points if they can. Is Leo out of timeouts? Trish Miller and company still have 2. They get this across to Dellinger. Dellinger back over to Norris. Norris again crosses it down. Finds Weaver. Another chance for Mack out of play. Mackey out of play, we should say. And it's 11-9 advantage of Concordia. But a quick side out could provide an opportunity to reset. Potential opportunity for redemption for number 9 and Emerson Weaver. Weaver. Dug up by Inman. Tipped down for Turner. Little collision on it. That's brought down and in! Bella Hensley with a commanding swing. And Leo cuts it to within 1. One more look at it. As Hensley ever so closer. Emerson Weaver across. They go to Turner on the tip. Free chance upcoming. Back over to Bauman, the freshman. Now another opportunity for Concordia. They go up the middle, into the net. They go against Bauman. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. Or a 2-point game, rather. 3 to win if you're Concordia. Big chance from Blackwell. Goes to the block, still in Leo territory. They go back to Keel! Kennedy Keel with the tip. And all of a sudden, it is again a 1-point affair. 12-11. Here's another swing. Weaver again, down to Blackwell. Tipped, still kept live. Not enough! As Emerson Weaver was looking for the angle for it, but couldn't get it. And Concordia within striking distance here in the 5th. Here's the freshman and Peterson to bring it across. Peterson, run, jump, serve. Gets it over, tip, down for Norris on the board. Mia Norris gets it on the board, a chance to serve it over. Leo just needs a 3-point stretch here. Timeout, Concordia. Well, again, these are the matchups that you got to prepare for no matter who you are in any day-given situation. And what has been certainly one of the more entertaining matchups we've had this season thus far. And it, again, just only will continue as the season continues here on Summit City Sports. Again, next week, still working on finalizing the schedule as it stands. One team we will be looking to feature again will be the Norwell Knights, an NE8 opponent that has been resurgent at 8-2 on the season as they take on Bishop Dwenger. That'll be coming up on Tuesday night. And we'll see again the Class 4 champions take on Dwenger on Wednesday. As it stands, again, schedule subject to change, but these are the games we're looking at bringing you coming up next week here on the network. Tomorrow night, it's Snyder and Belmont, Northrop and Northside. And a chance now for Norris to get this across and over. They go back to Edmond. Gets the free ball opportunity. Tries to fake her out a little bit, and they do. Hensley gets it inside the box. A great swing. Now another chance. Tipped over to Mackey. Still kept live by Weaver. Not enough. A great push coming in for the outside hitter. And it's match point, Concordia. And can the Cadets find a way to close it off? Here's Cleve. Cleve. Across. They go to Blackwell! And that is how it comes to an end. So Sydney Blackwell shuts it down, and that is how the game will come to a conclusion. Let's take a look at that one more time from your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. It's Sydney Blackwell, the commanding swing across to finish the matchup here tonight in 5. Your final in 5 here tonight, and it was a fun one. Concordia wins it 3-2, 25-17, 19-25, 18-25, 25-16, and 15-12. We will see you from the TP and from Northrop tomorrow night for volleyball. But it was a doozy here tonight here at Leo. Concordia comes back, wins it in 5. For all of us here at Summit City Sports, Joe Northern saying so long, where Concordia comes back yet again to win in 5. So long.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.